So what does it actually cost to live in Thailand? In this video, we're going to be discussing rent, food, entertainment, and much more. We'll be discussing what it's like living in rural areas versus somewhere like Bangkok or Pattaya, whether you're living in a studio apartment or a two-bedroom apartment, whether your form of entertainment is just going to the movies or a walk on the beach versus going to the clubs. Stay tuned because we're going to cover that and more. Welcome to Travel with Smart Sites. My name is Brian, and on this channel we create content on travel and how to make money online selling smart sites. As mentioned, the pricing of what it will cost to live in Thailand will be drastically different depending on the type of lifestyle you live. Are you the type of person that would rather go for a quick drink and a walk on the beach on the weekend, or are you hitting the clubs and buying bottles? Are you getting a one-bedroom apartment, or are you getting a house with a family in it? Depends on what your lifestyle is. So what we'll do is we're going to cover rent, food, and everything else in between. The first thing that we'll discuss is rent. Rent can drastically differ. So for example, if you find an apartment through an actual landlord as opposed to Airbnb, and you get the smallest amount of amenities, let's say a bed and an air conditioner, okay? You can find a studio apartment as low as $100, $150, which actually sounds pretty wild, but you're not gonna have swimming pools and all this other stuff for $100 or $150, but you can get a studio apartment with an air conditioner for about $100 to $150. But if you're in Thailand and you're a foreigner, you don't want to go and live that kind of lifestyle. I would say that's more for the locals to be able to afford that, in my opinion. If I was you, what I would do is one of a few things. You have to understand what type of life you want to live and what you can afford. So on Airbnb, you can get places as low as $300, $400, $500 a month and still have a swimming pool and slides and other things like that. So you can still live a pretty good life for only a few $100s a month as far as rent goes. But of course, rents can go significantly higher, $700, $1,000. It just really depends on what your lifestyle is. In my opinion, I personally like to get something for $500 to maybe $700 a month, where it's a one bedroom, it has swimming pools, maybe a restaurant there and other amenities like that, very close to the beach. These are the kind of places that I like, and for $500 to $700 a month, it's extremely affordable. So really it just depends on your lifestyle. If you're coming for a short period of time, Airbnb might be your best option, but if you're gonna be staying for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, maybe you might wanna get in touch with a local realtor or landlord. This way you're able to get the best deal possible. Because if you're getting something through a local landlord or something of that nature, or a real estate company, and you're not going through Airbnb, you can probably get the same units that I'm getting for probably $200 to $300. There's a guy named Will Tawden. He has a YouTube channel, which I'll drop here. He actually commented on one of my videos and said when he goes to Thailand, he gets the same unit that I got for roughly $500 for $250. So definitely going to the exact place that you want to and talking to the property manager, a landlord, or a real estate agent could definitely save you some money when you're trying to find a place to rent in Thailand. Now, the second thing we're going to discuss is food, my favorite thing. So when you're in Thailand, you'll have a few different options. You can either hire somebody to come cook for you, you can end up going to the grocery store, cooking your own food, or you can do what I usually do, and that's just go out to eat. Food is so incredibly cheap. In my opinion, I think it costs more to go and get food and then come back, cook it, clean up, all of this other stuff. It's just like between time and clean up and then purchasing the groceries, it's just like, just go out to eat when you're in Thailand. Like you can get street food like for $1 to $3. You can get restaurant food for like $4 to $8. It's absolutely wild. So in my opinion, I just go out to eat for every meal whenever I'm in Thailand, but maybe you don't have that luxury. Maybe you wanna try to save every last dollar that you can. So you wanna just cook food at home, or maybe you don't even like going out to eat, like your own food better. So what does it cost to afford to be able to eat when you're in Thailand? So let's break that down. The first thing that we'll discuss is going to the grocery store. So on average, I did go to the grocery store a few times, just to get things like eggs and, meat meat and just extra stuff that I could cook for extra protein periodically if I wanted to. So I didn't really cook that much, but sometimes I was trying to hit certain goals with protein, so I would just like have extra stuff to cook if I wanted to. But the sad part is I let it go to waste more than I should have. But let's just say that you go to the grocery store, it costs $50 to $100 a week for a single person, which is what I am, okay? So let's say it's $50 to $100 a week. You're looking at somewhere between $200 and $400 a month, and that's doing some pretty decent grocery shopping for yourself, getting cereal and eggs and all this good stuff. Again, $400 a month really ain't that bad. The third thing that we're going to discuss is travel. How much does it cost to get around in Thailand? So again, this can vary depending on where you're at, but overall, let's just say that you're taking motorbikes, right? I've personally never seen a motorbike cost more than like $5 to $7, and you got to be going far for it to cost like $5 to $7. I would never take a motorbike like on a highway or something like that personally, so it could obviously get more expensive if you're going from like Pattaya to Bangkok, which is like a 2-hour drive. I always take like a car if I'm going to be doing that. But let's just say you take a motorbike, you're going right down the street and there's just one available right there. You can just go maybe a mile or two down the main strip. You know, it costs you maybe $1 or $2. Super incredibly cheap. I've actually seen some grabs even cheaper than $1 if you're taking the motorbike. So like maybe like 75 cents if you're converting it into your own currency. So it's actually pretty wild. I say that taking a car is actually a lot safer than a motorbike. I usually don't take motorbikes all the time. I'll take them if it's just like a quick ride. I know that they get there way faster than the cars do and they're cheaper. Also, if it's like late at night as well, they come a lot faster, so I'll end up taking a motorbike at that time. But most of the time I try to stick to the cars, especially for a long ride. And as far as the cost of a car, generally it's maybe like $2 to $5 most places that you go. If you do take a huge ride like Pattaya to Bangkok or Bangkok to Pattaya, that's like a 2-hour ride. That ride can be a little over $40, but really that's not bad, because recently in Connecticut, I actually paid for, it was a little over 30-minute ride from my Airbnb to where I was getting my car done at, and it cost me I think like maybe $37 or something like that, 35, somewhere around there. So just under the 40 something that I paid for a 2-hour ride. So you know, if you break that math down, right, you're paying basically the same price, give or take $5 or $8, whatever it was, for a 30-minute ride that you would pay for a 2-hour ride in Thailand. So the price difference is absolutely wild. The fourth thing is entertainment. Now again, this depends on the type of person you are and how often you go out. So what could entertainment be? Entertainment could literally be movies, bowling, walk on the beach. It could also be nightclubs, strip clubs, soy six, night out on Walking Street. Really all depends on the type of person you are and what you plan on doing. So let's just say for entertainment, you have a budget of, you know, $100 a week, something super light, something super small. You know, you could still have a good night out. You can go out and obviously go to the movies or bowling or whatever the case. You can even get a chair on the beach super cheap. I think they only charge like $3 US for a chair on the beach, like 100 baht or something like that. So it's incredibly cheap for that. You can rent jet skis very cheap. You can go island hopping. So $20 to maybe $40 depending on like if you're booking an excursion or just hopping on like a ferry to go somewhere. So it can even be even cheaper getting to an island. So I would say roughly $100 a week would still do someone pretty well in Thailand, and then you could even have like 2 nights out with that $100 depending on who you are. I spend more than $100 a week on entertainment when I'm out there, but I also make a bit more than, you know, the average person. So, you know, spending more than $100 a week is within my budget. But for the average backpacker that's just coming out and, you know, you're going to be living there and you're wondering what is it going to cost if I was going to be living there, I would say maybe like $100, $200 a week, and you'll have a blast if you're spending $200 on the weekend. Like there's a lot that you can do because everything is so cheap. So the fifth thing that we're going to discuss is your phone bill. What is it going to cost for you to get a phone number in Thailand and have service? Now, this can vary a lot. I actually had an American phone, so I did not end up having to pay for phone service out there, but I did do some research on what the average cost is, and online it did say that it differs roughly 500 to 1500 baht per month, depending on your plan, how much service and data, etc. So let's just say 500 to 1500. I believe 500 baht is somewhere around $20. So that right there is not too bad. It's either 500 or 600 baht is $20. I'll put it up on the screen for you. I'm not going to do the math while I'm talking, but let's just say it's $20 to $60 a month on average. So that's not too bad for a phone bill, considering that in America, I'm paying over $100 a month for my phone, but I do have a worldwide plan, lots of data, and I actually need it for business. It's really important that I have high quality phone service for my clients. So I'm paying more than I probably even need to, because we have plans in America that are $25 to $50 a month for unlimited, but I have a special plan that I can use around the world, so I'm paying a lot more. Number 6 is internet. Now, again, I always get Airbnb, so everywhere I go has internet already, but I did do some research for you guys, and I did find that on average, internet is anywhere between $18 and $50 or $60 per month. It just depends on the plan that you're getting as well, how much data or Wi-Fi that you end up buying, I guess speed they call it. So it really all depends on what kind of speed you need for your Wi-Fi. So again, somewhere between $20 and let's say $60 per month for the Wi-Fi. So number 7, we're going to be discussing health coverage. So in reality, when I go places, I don't always have health insurance, but when I did buy health insurance, I was able to find plans between $50 and $100 per month. But I heard in Thailand, if you're looking to buy health insurance there specifically, mine was kind of coverage for when I'm traveling, but the health insurance that you get in Thailand is generally between $1,500 and $3,000 US per year. So feel free to calculate the math in your own currency. But online, according to other foreigners and other insurance companies, it does cost between $1,500 US and $3,000 per year for you to have health insurance. If you guys enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. It really helps the algorithm push my videos out to more people, and it's a way of supporting the channel without you having to send any monetary donations. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.